Good morning and Merry Christmas. It's good to be with you once again online on this Christmas Day when we celebrate the coming of the Christ child into this world. December 25th is the date that the Western Church had decided early on in early centuries was the best date on which to assume that the Christ child was born. And so we celebrate on that day. To bring together the meaning of those ancient historical events with the events of our current world, which is so much fraught with violence and despair, we cannot do better than the poem that was written by Malcolm Guite called simply Refugee. This poem is a sonnet about the first Christmas in Bethlehem. And yet, you don't have to do much of the reading in between the lines to hear that it is really just as much about what is happening today in this world. So, for this reason, King Charles III has recently requested that this sonnet be recited at the royal service of lessons and carols. And I would like to recite it now. Refugee. We think of him as safe beneath the steeple, or cozy in a crib beside the font. But he is with a million displaced people on the long road of weariness and want. For even as we sing our final carol, his family is up and on that road, fleeing the wrath of someone else's quarrel, glancing behind and shouldering their load. Whilst Herod rages still from his dark tower, Christ clings to Mary, fingers tightly curled. The lambs are slaughtered by the men of power, and death squads spread their curse across the world. But every Herod dies and comes alone to stand before the Lamb upon the throne. I will close with the words of the famous Christmas carol, Joy to the World. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. Merry Christmas, and may God be with you and your loved ones on this day and forever.